She worked with the police for weeks to help catch her attacker. She survived the attack, barely. A dark alley, cold rain, a sudden blow to the back of her head. Then, nothing. When Lena woke up in the hospital, her memories were shattered into fragments. Not complete images, just pieces. A voice, heavy breathing, the smell of wet concrete, a dark jacket moving through the rain. Every time she tried to remember more, her head pounded. The police told her she was lucky to be alive. A patrol officer had found her unconscious near the alley entrance during heavy rain. No witnesses, no clear suspect, and strangely, her husband was missing. No one had heard from him since the night of the attack. At first, detectives assumed he might also be searching for answers, or worse, that whoever attacked Lena had gone after him too. But Lena wanted answers herself. Every morning, detectives visited her hospital room. They brought photographs, maps, sketches. They asked the same questions repeatedly. Did you hear anything? Did you recognize the attacker? Did you see their face? Lena tried. She truly tried. Some days she cried from frustration because she could feel the memory hiding somewhere inside her mind. But every time she reached for it, it slipped away. Weeks passed. The investigation became more serious. The attack had been violent, personal. The police believed the attacker knew her. That possibility terrified her most. So Lena focused harder. She studied every suspect photograph carefully, and something strange started happening. She rejected people immediately. Too tall, wrong posture, he walks differently. The detectives noticed how specific she became, almost instinctive, like some hidden part of her mind remembered details before she consciously did. Then, one evening, the detectives placed another photograph on the table. Lena froze. Her breathing changed instantly. The room suddenly felt smaller. She stared at the man in silence. Not fear, not recognition. Something stranger. Familiarity. "I don't know why," she whispered, "but this face feels familiar." The detectives exchanged a quiet look. One of them slowly closed the folder, then asked her to come to the station the next morning. No explanations, just silence. The next day, they led her into a small interview room. Gray walls, cold fluorescent lights, a single file resting on the metal table. Lena sat down slowly, confused, nervous. The detective across from her looked unusually careful with his words. Then he pushed the file toward her. "Before you open this, you need to stay calm." Her hands trembled slightly as she opened it. Inside were medical reports, psychological evaluations, long paragraphs highlighted in yellow. One line immediately caught her attention. Dissociative fugue triggered by prolonged domestic abuse. Lena frowned. None of this made sense. Then she turned the page. Photographs, security camera images, time-stamped. Rain pouring heavily through the alley. A woman entering alone. Dark jacket, same height, same scar on her wrist. Her scar. Lena stopped breathing. More photographs followed. Blurry movements, violence. A man collapsing against the wall. Another page. Victim located 2 streets away. Critical condition. Identity. Husband. Lena's hands began shaking uncontrollably. "No," she whispered. "That's not possible." But the final line in the report destroyed what remained of certainty. Subject does not recognize actions performed during dissociative episodes. The room became silent, completely silent. And for the first time, The missing memory finally returned. Not all at once, just enough. The arguments, the fear, years of emotional and physical abuse buried so deeply, her mind had fractured itself to survive. The attacker she had been helping police searching for was never a stranger, never a hidden monster in the alley. It was her own fractured mind acting during a moment she could no longer consciously remember. Lena wasn't identifying the attacker. She was remembering herself for the first time.